Thank you, Commander. I realize what a leap of faith this is for you. I hope that I prove worthy of your trust. The mother lies ahead, Warden. I cannot approach her physically. Her children protect her from my power. But when you reach her, I will do whatever I can to help you. You have my promise.
Hello and welcome back to Dragon Age Awakening. We are about to go and fight the Mother with the Architect's help. And we are probably going to get another spell to help us fight her. Like a super healing spell. So let's have a look. Area unlocked the nest. So that'll be the Mother. So I guess we missed... Oh no, we got all the spells. It must have been a... We were collecting spells last episode in case you weren't here. It must have been if you collected 3 spells you get the last one for free. So we're in the fight. Well, I'm just going to do my own save here. Okay, Mother. Time to fight. God, you are ugly.
Now the pieces fall into place. The Grey Warden comes, the instrument of the Father. Oh, and the Father, he is but a shadow. Oh, how my children protect me. How they love me.
I have told you many times, Mother. I am not the Father. I am simply the Architect.
It does not change what you are. You took away that beautiful music, left us with nothing.
It was a mistake to free you. It has left you with madness. I am truly sorry.
So yeah, the Architect intends to free the darkspawn, and I trust him for now, I guess.
But perhaps the Warden would like to hear how it was that the Father began the Blight. You want the source of the Archdemon? The one who brought all our kind to the surface? Here he is!
Ah.
I was correct. All of these creatures are irredeemable fiends.
There it is then. Unfortunate. I did find the old god Athemiel, but I did not wish another blight. I attempted my joining ritual. My hope was that this would free all darkspawn, unravel the curse from its source. Alas, I was
Unlucky. Unlucky? You call the Blight unlucky? Do you even think about the repercussions of your actions?
It is not the way of the Grey Wardens to do what must be done. In the name of combating the Blight is a menace, both for your people and for mine. To end it requires sacrifice and risk.
And how lonely the Father was. How terrible to be the outcast, the outsider. He claims he wishes the darkspawn to be free, but what he truly wants is to correct them.
However you feel about what I have done, the Mother is mad. She cannot be allowed to...
Begone, Shadow! Any more than you already have. And now the hero is alone. Oh.
+3.
Mother knows your ways. You will not let her be, no, not after what she's done. So it must end. It all must come crashing down! Perhaps we will hear the song again when we die. Oh, let it come. Let it come.
Ugh. Wow. Okay. Tentacles. Oh, this is the tentacle brood mother fight. So we kill the tentacles, then we can kill her. We've already done. We did this fight in the main game. And there's here, I want to say. So we get the rogues on each, and then Yeah, that's a fair split. And then we'll have Justice on the main one, Anders at the back. We should summon our wolf. Just to give us an extra thing to fight with. Dual weapon sweep. Okay. Anders, I wonder if we get you right here, we can get a cone of cold on 3 tentacles. Perfect. Right. Can we, like, twin strikes low below this thing? And then unending flurry. There we go. Sweet. One more hit tentacle. Got it. Where's Anders gone? You got another cone of cold? You do. We moving forward. Ooh, Justice needs to be saved. Let's force field Justice. That'll save him. We can now freeze these two. Okay. Let's get the tentacles dead. One more hit. Anders, can you do it? Good. That also coincidentally gives Anders a way to escape. Lyrium potion. Mass paralysis directly where you're standing. Justice. Let's try taking a potent health poultice. Right. Alpax, take one of these stamina drafts. Right. Flicker. Good. That got rid of the tentacle. You now get the Childer Grubs. Where is Sigrun? Right, you also need to have... What is it called? All of these drafts on your bar. The stamina drafts and healing potions. Just because I think we'll need them. Potions. Good. Right. Please take one of the stamina drafts. Switched back to Alpax. Right. Kill the Childer Grub. Anders, do you have some kind of AoE? No. What did you put underneath you? Try to figure out what this rune is. That's maybe not him who did it? But then who did it? Don't know. We could try something like Tower of Flame or Architect now and Ally and some of Powerful Inferno. Right, let's try. Oh, that just doesn't straight up damage to everything. Let's try that. Powerful Inferno. Heal. Sigrun. I guess you'll be fine. Anders. Group heal. And then mana. What's the let's try a Tower of Healing. Yeah, I kind of regret using these abilities now because they're very yeah, they hurt Arg a lot more than they hurt her, the looks of it. Come on, get in here, start stabbing. Just try Twin Strikes low below. Justice, keep healing. Strikes. In for low blow. Stamina draft. And unending flurry. Right, didn't quite kill it, but almost. Right. Yeah, I think that's it dead. Mother down. Ugh. Good. After the death of the mother, the remaining darkspawn forces scattered and fled into the deep roads. The raids on Amaranthine came to an abrupt end. Okay. The Architect apparently kept his word, gathering his remaining disciples to follow the rest of their kind back to the underground. Those Grey Wardens in other nations were appalled to hear of the Architect's continued existence, but were unable to track him down despite years of effort. Some within the Order have claimed the Architect's survival guarantees another blight, and yet the deep roads have lately been quieter than any can recall. Most have resignedly decided it is now in the Maker's hands. Word of the Grey Warden's heroic salvation of Amaranthine spread like wildfire. The magnitude of the losses at Vigil's Keep came to light. Sympathy drove generous donations from all over Ferelden into the region's coffers. Amaranthine was restored to her former glory within a year, Vigil's Keep in 5. The Darkspawn messenger, set free after joining the Wardens in the Battle of Amaranthine, struck out on his own. The city soon buzzed with stories of a cloaked but lisping figure who aided travellers in danger. At the same time, reports of isolated cases of Darkspawn disease emerged. No one connected the two. Oh dear. That's not good. The Arling's peasants suffered greatly during the war and suffered yet worse in the years that followed. Success at the first riot at Vigil's Keep emboldened them, and thus other uprisings followed, often put down with brutality. Although the war devastated many farms in the Arling, all agreed that the loss would have been far greater without soldiers for protection. The farmholders developed a certain reverence for the Warden Commander, as well as an ongoing reliance on the Grey Wardens for order and protection. Dirk, one of the pranksters behind the Blight Orphan scam, was fortunate enough to survive the Battle of Amaranthine. The unconditional generosity of the Blight Orphan's mysterious benefactor inspired him to establish a legitimate charity dedicated to children orphaned in the attack. His sweetheart, Melise, eventually bore him 2 rascals. Vigil's Keep stood alone against a horde of Darkspawn. The Mother's forces outnumbered the Vigil's defenders many times over. But the sturdy dwarven walls proved impervious to any boulder an ogre could throw. The Vigil soldiers, clad in silverite, each felled a dozen Darkspawn before they fell. The Vigil held one night, then 2, then a week, and eventually the attacking hordes broke upon her walls. The Keep developed an almost mythic reputation, the few survivors immortalized in song and legend. The Vigil became a trading hub that would eventually eclipse the city of Amaranthine, with traders reassured by guards continually patrolling the pilgrim's path. But prosperity bred scheming and treachery between merchants and nobles, testing the commander's patience for years to come. Peace allowed the Wardens to replenish their numbers. Soon, Vigil's Keep bore a complete army with the Wardens at its core. From their ranks emerged new heroes to challenge threats to Amaranthine and all of Ferelden. Through taxes and levies, the Vigil was rebuilt. Years later, Valdric Galvanac stood on the battlements, pronounced that the defences were acceptable. He would never speak more highly of any human engineering. Dark whispers of conspiracy against the Wardens fell silent after a rash of accidents and disappearances culminated in the apparent suicide of Ban Esmeralda. The nobles of Amaranthine remained dutiful. Some even suggest they were cowed into submission. Among the many legends that the Vigil spawned was one of the greatest heroes of the next age, a sheep herder turned soldier by the name of Sir Alec the Valiant, who eventually founded an order of knights that lasted 1,000 years. Dwarven Galvanac further refined his lyrium sand explosives, but left the Warden's employ after Canary mercenaries tried to assassinate him. Although the Dwarven Bombardier took his secrets with him, the learned say he left clues for others to follow in his footsteps. The Vigil soldiers, wearing the distinctive silverite armour that Master Wade crafted, came to be known as the Silver Order. Under the tutelage of the Wardens, the Silver Order developed into one of Ferelden's most revered military forces, a lasting memory of the Vigil's famous commander. With Velena and the Architect gone from the region... Did I miss something? I guess if we brought Velena, maybe she goes with the Architect? Oh, no, or maybe it's just because she's no longer killing everybody. That'll be it. The Pilgrim's Path began to see traffic again. The massacre of the militiamen and the merchants, however, led to hostilities between the neighbouring human settlements and any Dalish clans that passed by. One human villager soon kidnapped and murdered a Dalish child. The clan reacted by giving the Wending Wood a wide berth, but both sides know that at some point the elves will return for revenge. A few years after Kal Harol was emptied of darkspawn, Orzammar began sending expeditions to rediscover the knowledge of smithing that had been lost within the tag. Eventually, House Helmi decided that Kal Harol was too important to be abandoned. At tremendous cost of dwarven lives, they cleared the tunnels leading to Kal Harol of all the darkspawn, making the road between Orzammar and the fortress safe again. Kal Harol was claimed for Orzammar once and for all. As promised, Valdric and Dwarven presented Orzammar's shaper with the stone marker that told of how Kal Harol's castles had taken up arms against the darkspawn. The commander of the Grey was invited to Orzammar as a guest of honour at the feast commemorating the defenders of Kal Harol. The shaper read the names of the castles off the marker, then proceeded over a ceremony to return them to the stone as befitted warriors of their stature. In time, the Arling began to forget the tales of apparitions in the Black Marsh, and ever so slowly settlers drifted into the region. Give me a second. Scholars said the veil was still thin and thus the area was still dangerous, but the people who only cared that there were no longer frightened whispers in the shadows. The village was slowly rebuilt. Twice the Baroness's mansion was rebuilt and occupied, once again by a wealthy merchant, and another time by an Orlesian mage. Both died mysteriously. Afterwards, the mansion was torn down completely and the site left untouched. Anders remained with the Grey Wardens a few years longer, training the Order's next generation of mages. But when the Circle Tower called on him to deliver a lecture on the nature of the Architect, much to the Templars' dismay, Anders told the commander of the Grey that his time with the Wardens was over. And not too much later, Anders returned to the Order. Ever after, the Wardens were his home and his lasting companions. When the walls of Vigil's Keep were breached, the surviving defenders watched in horror as a section of the stone collapsed upon Velena. When the rubble was later cleared, however, there was no body. Velena was just gone. Okay. Nathaniel managed to survive the battle at Vigil's Keep, lending a spirited defence in the last minutes to protect his family home. The ferocity impressed many of his fellow soldiers, who hoisted them on his shoulders and paraded him around the courtyard when the battle was done. After spending a number of years with the Wardens, Nathaniel realised the life was not for him. He disappeared from the barracks one evening, reportedly off to seek fortune outside Ferelden. It's good to hear Nathaniel got what he wanted in the end. Once the darkspawn threat was ended, justice left the Grey Wardens to pursue other injustices. Years later, he appeared on the doorstep of Kristoff's widow, smiling simply dropped dead. Aura finally had a body to mourn. If the spirit itself remains alive, it has not shown itself. With the mother dead, Sigrun seemed to lose her purpose. She withdrew from her friends in the Order and spoke to them less and less each day. One morning, Sigrun was simply absent, her bed made and her trunk emptied. A young recruit who had been up in the night said she left for her calling, gone to finish what she started in Kal Harol. At Vigil's Keep, Ogren rallied the last-minute defence of the gate, taking on 2 ogres simultaneously to allow the others to regain the courtyard. He eventually passed out from blood loss, and when he awoke weeks later, nobody was more surprised to discover more surprised than he to discover that he had been credited as a hero. Ogren continued to regale young Warden recruits with his tale of prowess in both battle and in bed. His drinking games prompted at least one recruit to declare that she'd rather reattempt the joining than lift another monk. Felsi returned to Vigil's Keep several times to see Ogren, usually bringing their toddler as well. Ogren's inability to act seriously wore on her, however, and her visits dwindled, then stopped altogether. If Ogren missed her or his child, he never showed it. As a saver of Ferelden, he did not remain commander of the Grey for long. The Darkspawn were no longer a real concern, and the Blight well and truly over. It was time for him to move on. Some claim the commander went to Antiva, chasing after the assassin Zevran. One rumour suggests the pair engaged in a terrible showdown in the Antivian capital, and others say they took over the Crows, perhaps an adventure together still. Have we not already seen this? Okay, well that's the end of Awakening. It was really cool actually. I definitely liked it a lot. The ending left a little bit to be desired. It kind of just ended, but I guess it's because it's an expansion, it's not a full game. Like, if this was the full game, we would have gone back, we would have talked to people for ages, we would have probably had to go to more places, there would have been another threat, you know. But that's fine. It was good. It was nice, self-contained. It didn't explain everything. Like, I expected this to be a good link between this game and 2, because I never played it originally, and there are a few things in 2 that are mentioned in this game, like in this expansion. But it still left it a little vague at the end, so. But I can see how things might have turned out the way they did. Trying not to have any spoilers in here, because I'm going to play 2 right after this. Probably, well, if this is Saturday episode, it'll be on the Sunday. 2 will start. If this is the... Oh, wait, no. We've got one more DLC. We've got Witch Hunt. Of course. Which tells us what happened to Morrigan. But yeah, it was a good it was a really good DLC. I liked all the characters. Although I would have liked a little bit more conversations with them. There was kind of like, you had little scripted bits of conversation, but nothing too much. I'm also really disappointed we didn't find all the ingredients we needed for any of those legendary tier weapons that Wade could make us. And I want to know what's up with the Wraith storyline, because that kind of just ended. But then it might be related to the Smuggler storyline, which also ended due to a bug. There were a few bugs in it, but it was good. I also like the ending it gave our character. Probably the last time we're gonna see him, unless no, he might make. I think they make the Warden has a cameo in Inquisition, maybe if he lives. I think. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure how that works. I know that there are Wardens in Inquisition. I'll be interested to see how all of this fits in. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Not quite done with Origins. We've got Witch Hunt, but we are done with the story of Alpax the Elf for now. And yeah, it's a long way. I think I started this a year ago, so it's taken quite a while. It's been a lot of fun. Anyway, gonna let the credits go, and I'll see you next time.